So the next few live streams are going to be about my experience with being ridden hard through domination systems and the impact on me. So, hello. I love you. With my heart overflowing, I welcome you. You are a being of light. Have some love juice with me. It's so wonderful to see you. I'm going to write out what happened to me. So you'll hear me say punctuation words such as period, things like that. It's just because I'm writing. Anyone in the chat who wants to monitor the chat for me and respond to people, that would be lovely. If someone asks something that you know the answer to, maybe you could help them out and let them know what the answer is. So actually, maybe we're gonna go over here. We're gonna put the love juice here. Put you guys right there. All right, we're gonna talk like that. So. It's important to me that anyone who's had anything happen with domination systems, if you guys have lost your freedom, if you have lost your possessions, if you have lost your children because of domination systems, let me know. You know, sometimes just because someone lies, you could lose your property, you could lose all sorts of things. So, I like to do voice dictation. So we're going to call this Santa Monica Police. Santa Monica Police has been a huge issue in my life. Let me see, when was my wedding? Let's look it up. Daisy the Venice Healer wedding. When was I married? It was last year, in August. Yeah, August 2nd, 2023. We're going to start there. August 2nd, 2023 is my wedding day. Period. On the day of my wedding, I was practicing my right to freedom of speech in front of the Santa Monica courthouse. Period. One of the police officers who saw me at City Hall the day before doing a speech snuck up on me and immediately put me in handcuffs. Period. I was arrested for being topless because part of my speech was to de-weaponize our bodies and allow women to be allowed to choose when they take their shirt off, just as men can choose, period. Part of the violence that I experience in Santa Monica is due to men looking at women's bodies as objects, and then we weaponize women's bodies when we arrest women for this, period. When I was sharing this beautiful wisdom and modeling how powerful women are when they take their shirt off, I was violently arrested on my wedding day, period. It was very stressful because I needed at least 6 hours to create my wedding dress, and it needed to be created that day because it is an art piece that once you take it off, it falls apart and can never be put on again, period. It is called goddess draping, period. I didn't get to spend the time I needed to, and I got out of jail after 2:30 p.m. and my wedding was at 4 p.m. So of course I was late, period. Almost an hour late, period. The Los Angeles Police Department from the Pacific Division had many officers there supporting me, period. Everyone had to wait because I was imprisoned on my wedding day by Santa Monica Police, period. A superhero, Disney princess, Ninja Turtle, just trying to share her gifts of bodacious love for all of the world's thriving and the de-weaponization of women's bodies. I was in a cold cell, panicking and completely stressed out and traumatized right before my wedding, period. Most recently, I was in the Santa Monica police station in the second week of April, around the time of my second child's birthday, period. A very difficult time for me because I am alienated from my children, and the courts and enforcers like Santa Monica police are used like weapons to keep me away from my kids, period. While expressing my pain and using my right to freedom of speech in a loving way, which I videotaped, an officer chose to put his hands on me and violently grab me while I was doing a peaceful and playful love tornado, period. This officer knew exactly who I was, and he also knew that I was non-harmful and very life-enriching because he's known me for years, period. It's not the first time he grabbed me. He also arrested me a few years before, after all of my belongings and everything I owned that was not on my body was thrown away by the city of Santa Monica, period. On that incident that happened a few years ago, I went into the police station, and the exact same officer that grabbed me in mid-April 2025 arrested me because I was in the police station topless. And again, the police were weaponizing my body, period. They told lies because you are technically not a danger to yourself just for having your shirt off. So lies were told in order to falsely have me imprisoned on a 5150 period. Because that incident was a few years ago, I know that it's past the statute of limitations, period. Most recently, Santa Monica police have regularly chased me, threatened me, used violence and physically assaulted me on camera most of the time, period. I have a deep longing for more life-affirming, interdependent ways to relate to each other, so that those who show up on people's worst day are trauma-informed and do not make things worse, period. I want those who show up to understand what is happening for that person because they have been through it also, and to not be there judging if there is a crime, but attuning to bodies, feelings, and needs and making life more wonderful, period. I want to create a nonprofit because I don't touch money and will never benefit from any funds that are generated from my suffering from domination systems. All money and market economy cannot be touched by beings of light like me. Therefore, I will create a nonprofit that helps all of us so that we can say we did it ourselves, period. I want needs-based, life-serving fellowships that operate by raising willingness and capacity to replace the debt slavery model, which withholds our universal needs, separates us, and then asks us all to compete in a world of punishment and reward, period. I want a world of healing and integration instead, period. In order to do this, we must answer a call to love and not 911. And Santa Monica police must pay lots of money to my nonprofit so that I can dissolve them and replace them with Love Crusaders. Love, Daisy the Venice Healer, Goddess and Queen of Awakening and Uniting. The Superheroes. Okay, that's the first letter. Alright, now you guys want to hear what happened to me with West LA? They're next. Okay, so this is called West Los Angeles Police. So it's 2025. All right, here we go. My experience with Los Angeles police the past 2 years has been extremely traumatizing, period. I both love and have a healthy amount of fear for them, period. The Los Angeles police has systematically and regularly thrown away my belongings, throwing away everything I own many times over the past 5 years, period. My most recent run-in with the police was particularly violent, but I'm used to these types of interaction with enforcers, as it's been a regular thing for me since domination systems came into my life 7 years ago, when my children were removed from me, period. Prior to that, I had no arrests, no charges, and had never been involved in any government systems, period. So now we want to find out when this incident happened. So on the date is March 11th. March 11th, 2025. I was on a live stream with a fellow YouTube creator inside Starbucks located in West Los Angeles at Santa Monica Boulevard and Bundy, period. The manager of Starbucks came over, clearly discriminating against my friend who was transgender and very gothic and identified as Minnie Manson. Period. The energy of the discriminating Starbucks manager was confirmed by her threatening, demanding, and using a tone of intolerance as she told us to quiet down or we would have to leave the store, period. I told the store manager that if she asked us nicely and didn't threaten us, then it wouldn't trigger our defensive and our defenses, and then we would be happy to do what she asks, period. She walked away, and then my friend and I continued the live stream, assuming that we were being more quiet, period. She then walked over and asked us to leave, and I decided to educate her instead of connect, period. I could have been more soft and gentle and just left, but when I could tell this Starbucks manager was clearly discriminating and being intolerant of my friend because others were speaking loudly inside the Starbucks and there was no reason to kick us out, I decided to flip my skateboard and catch it, period. The Starbucks manager said, something like, calm down, period. I then told her, I'm just playing, letting her know that I was no threat, period. Shortly after this altercation, I thought that I used the most amount of love and care and was speaking for the respect of both of us. However, the Starbucks manager and another employee chose to call Los Angeles police after this incident, period. As I was leaving the Starbucks parking lot with my partner, I could see that Los Angeles police was about to come in, period. As soon as they pulled into the parking lot and went into the store, and I saw them talking to the manager in front of the store, I figured they were talking about me and my friends, but since we were leaving, I didn't think it was an issue. So my friend and I drove away, period. The officers did not signal for us to go back, and we just witnessed the officers speaking to the Starbucks workers as we left, period. There was a lot of traffic in West Los Angeles at this time. It was around 4 p.m., and my partner and I were alone in his car when all of a sudden we started to be followed by more and more police cars and a helicopter that was very closely above us and following us, period. Finally, after what seemed like forever, we were pulled over, and there was about 20 police officers with their guns out on me and my partner, screaming at us, asking us to move objects and walk backwards and do all sorts of strange commands under the duress of gunfire. Period. My partner was still in his military uniform and was handcuffed so tightly that his wrists started to bleed. Period. I was handcuffed and made to wait at the side of the road for over an hour with dozen 10 to 12 cops. who put my belongings in evidence and were holding me at the side of the road so that I could be identified by the supposed victims of the crime I was about to be charged with. I had no idea what was happening. And when I finally had the first police car pull up with the first Starbucks employee, I was told to look at the car so that I could be identified in a lineup, period. Then another police car came with another Starbucks employee and did the same thing, period. Both police cars drove away, and apparently both Starbucks employees pointed at me and said, yes, that woman there did it, period. I was about to be charged with a crime that I did not commit, period. I was arrested on the false accusation of attacking these Starbucks employees with my skateboard, period. Thank goodness everything was videotaped, period. My partner repeated over and over again, yet Los Angeles police kept saying that they were not the lead officers and didn't know what was going on, period. No one would look at the video, period. I was handcuffed for hours, transported to the police station, put in a jail cell, and then was waiting to be transported to the women's jail over 2 hours away, period. The charges were assault with a deadly weapon, and I was facing 3 years in prison for this charge, period. Everything I worked for, I was about to lose. All because of lies, period. The police apparently didn't check the cameras at Starbucks, even though they could have quickly checked the cameras, period. It would have taken them less than 10 minutes, period. They could have saved on all those resources, period. The police, as soon as I was arrested, had an opportunity to check the video, which my partner desperately tried to show them, period. They refused to look at the video, which exonerated me immediately when I got to the police station, period. No one would listen to me for a long time, and I was ignored, even with my partner in the lobby of the police station advocating for me, period. Had it not been for the fact that I am famous and happen to know many people in that police station and have a relationship with them for years, I probably would have been on my way to jail, and they probably never would have looked at the video, period. Eventually, after hours of being locked up, the supervisor at the police station talked to me, period. She agreed to look at the video, and when she did, I was immediately released, period. I asked for a police report, and it was never given to me, period. I was given a business card and told that there was no police report, period. 10 police cars, 20 police officers, a supervisor at the station, investigators, a police helicopter, yet no police report was written, period. I felt violated, abused, and then the way I was responded to made me feel alone and as if no one cared or wanted to make it better so that this doesn't happen to anyone else, period. This worries me deeply because I have lost my freedom because of Los Angeles police before, period. Because of the lies of LAPD, I have lost my freedom, comma, my children, comma, my belonging, and my family, period. I am deeply traumatized. I am deeply traumatized and must live and feel the impact of my trauma daily, period. I have several mental health evaluations with the consistent diagnosis of PTSD, which continues to be aggravated and re-traumatized by the Los Angeles Police Department. Period. I wish to be renewed and restored and to create a nonprofit that is funded and filled with resources to dissolve the Los Angeles Police and create fellowships of community members interdependently meeting needs together. Period. I want a payday so big where I don't touch one penny of it, because light beings only use market economy and domination and government against itself. Period. Love, comma, care, and kindness is the only truth. So pay the goddess. Period. Love, Daisy the Venice healer, goddess and queen of awakening and uniting the superheroes. Good job. Alright, now we're going to send this one to Steve. All right, now we're gonna do a letter for Starbucks now. Here, let's call Steve, see if he answers. We love Steve. Repeat after me. I'm a doobadoo. Repeat after me. I'm lovable no matter what. Good job. I hereby boop you on the nose. Boop, boop. You're so lovable. Okay, he's not answering. I'm going to use little girls and I'll be right back. 30 seconds. It's literally right here. He's not here. Alright, now we're gonna write a letter to Starbucks. This is so the lawyer can get started, and then we'll have a nonprofit. And we can garden and have like-minded shows to help like-minded, right? Alright, so we're gonna write another letter to Starbucks. Starbucks. I think I can use the letter I just wrote for Starbucks. Yeah, I can just use this one. Yeah, this is great. Okay, now we send this. We're done. Good, we want to be done. Let's call. Why isn't he answering? He's busy, maybe. I could feel his energy that he's not busy. Answer. Answer, super lawyer, answer. Okay, we're gonna read another chapter of my book. All right. Okay, done. So we're gonna end the live stream and we're gonna start another one, okay? We're gonna start one for my book. We're gonna read the 3rd chapter.